Opening story tonight, cancer is what kills more firefighters in the line of duty, according to the International Association of Firefighters.
It's an issue that communities across southeastern North Carolina are tackling, like offering free screenings for firefighters and giving them gear that does not contain forever chemicals. WCT's Connor Smith met a family today that knows about this issue firsthand. Connor, Alan Browning is a man you spoke to tonight. He's gone from running into burning homes to actually needing a wheelchair.
Yeah, that's right, John. He spent over 2 decades as a firefighter. That's including a stint as Oak Island's assistant fire chief. So for somebody used to battling fires, this has truly been a battle unlike any other. It was 2 days before Thanksgiving when Alan Browning heard the word cancer. He couldn't believe it.
That was somebody else. That wasn't me.
Alan fought fires for 24 years, including over a decade with the Oak Island Fire Department. Stage 4 non-Hodgkin's lymphoma was a whole new fight.
I'm still fighting it today.
Chemotherapy at the Zimmer Cancer Center in Wilmington started right before Christmas. Doctors told him he had just a 40% chance of surviving. Alan's wife, Melinda, staying by his side the whole way.
The holidays took on a whole new meaning for us. We didn't know if it was going to be his last.
Over the next 5 months, Alan lost his hair, 100 pounds, and his ability to walk. There were points when treatment stopped because doctors thought he wouldn't make it. He went from responding to calls to needing a wheelchair and Melinda's help getting into the car.
He's a fighter.
The community supporting the family with over $20,000 in donations. It's a battle familiar to firefighters around the country. Data shows firefighters are at a 9% higher risk of receiving a cancer diagnosis. The Brownings believe there's a connection with the job and his illness.
Be proactive. Don't think it can't be you, because the percentage are say different.
But recently there's been more to smile about. His last chemo treatment in May, and the word from doctors last week, he's in remission, cancer-free. Alan says there's a lesson in his story that we can all take away from.
And don't give up. Don't give up. Well, no matter what you do, don't give up. Life is worth living.
Now, the Brownings met with a doctor earlier today to talk about an upcoming stem cell transplant. That would mean a 3-week inpatient stay at a Charlotte hospital. Of course, they are hopeful. There's only more good news ahead. Connor Smith, WECT News.
Let's hope.